So MIT came out with this study, which they published about sales representatives and how they follow up with their leads. If you're in sales, this is extremely cool to look at. Now, here's the best days in order to make contact with leads. I hear questions like this all the time as a real estate coach. People are like, oh, what day should I put in my schedule in order to call in time? Like, look, my suggestion to all of you is call your leads every single day, right? Make that a part of your process. But this study, if you did, maybe you're in it part-time, if you did have to pick a day or 2 days, check this out. The difference in between calling someone on a Tuesday and calling someone on a Thursday was a 49% difference that you'd actually make contact with them. So if you're thinking about, hey, I got to call my leads and I only have 1 day, maybe you're part-time in the business, or maybe you are full-time and you're like, I'm going to devote an extra amount of time to calling my leads on a certain day. Wednesdays and Thursdays give you about a 49% difference to call than another day. Now, the study goes on to even show you the best times during the day in order to make contact. There's 2 more slides to this, so you're going to want to watch to the end of this video. Check this out. On the first part of this is the best part of the day during the morning is going to be on the 8 a.m. That's pretty much the commute time where people are going to work and they have availability. They're in their cars. Maybe they've already left. They don't have the kids who are screaming at them. They've already dropped them off at school, and maybe they're not at work yet, or they just got into the office, and you know what? The day hasn't really kicked off yet. And the second part of it is during that end of work day. So check this out. This is actually kind of like 3:30, 4. It's like that, oh man, I'm just kind of done working. You've lost your momentum and now you're thinking about home life. You're thinking about your personal business and what you're going to do. You have a better opportunity to make contact for people during that window. But as soon as it gets to around dinner time, not exactly the best time to reach people. It kind of plateaus off from there. Now check this out. Here's where most real estate agents I see, at least in my industry, struggle because they get into the office and they're the ones going to get their coffee at like 8 o'clock in the morning. They miss their window. Then they get into the office, they make calls to their leads, and the leads don't pick up. They're like, oh, the leads suck. Wah! And then guess what they do? They sign out. It looks like a beautiful day. Maybe I'll go show houses at 4 or 5 o'clock, and they miss the best windows in order to generate business. Look, there's a 164% difference for you to reach your leads at 4 or 5 o'clock than it is at 1 or 2 o'clock while you're busy having your lunch. The data just keeps getting even better. Now, you've all heard of speed to lead, and if you haven't, write that down. Speed to lead, speed to lead, speed to lead. Because in the whole entire society of instant gratification, I want to be able to Amazon Prime this package to my house. It's not even good enough for 2 days or 1 day, not even good enough for same day. I want that thing there in hours. People feel the same way about getting the information that they want from an online source. They're used to click, boom, I get the information. Click, I call, I get my representative. The same thing is with any online lead who's clicking on a realty portal or your own lead funnel, and they want the response back. Now, this is a little bit hard to see here, but if you make that call within the first 5 minutes of time, check this out, the first 5 minutes of time, you have a way better chance to reach that lead than if you even wait another 5 minutes. So that second part to this is another 5 minutes. Someone waited 10 minutes to call the lead, boom, decreases by 400%. If you want your chances of reaching your lead to decrease by 400%, go ahead, keep waiting. Call the, okay, I saw the lead come in, I'm gonna wait another 5-10 minutes and then I'll get back to him. Go ahead, but you're gonna wait for yourself, you're gonna lose 400% chance to make that money. Calling your lead and waiting to call your lead within another 5 or 10 minutes could be the chance between you securing a deal and not securing the deal. And the reason for that simply is this. Your lead might not have just gone to you. It may have gone to another sales professional out there who's willing to call them right away while you're not actually, able to or want to, or you got to figure something out. So I get this all the time. Well, I'm in a showing or I'm doing something. We've actually got this policy where we train people on how to work with their clients, where we let them know, hey, while I'm on a showing, I may get a specific phone call that I've been waiting for. So I'll let you know, go ahead and take a look at this next room, take the phone call and say, hey, this is David Brooke. I wanted to make a contact with you. It's really important. Zillow made an important impression upon us that you were, a very important client and that we wanted to make a connection with you first. Can I take your name and phone number and give you a call back in a minute? Did you have a quick question about a specific property? And that's the way that at least you can build rapport with someone immediately on the phone and then call them back at a later date and time. This last slide literally blows my mind every time I look at it. Now, check this out. This first graphic shows the amount of times of people actually making contact with the lead. There is a 90% chance that you will reach your lead if you contact them, ready? 6 times. So think about every lead in your database. If you thought, I want a 90% chance that I'm going to reach them, then you would call them at least 6 times. Now, here's the other crazy part. There is about 1.5 million realtors in the country. And pretty much there's about 5% of us doing all the business. We're the ones doing dozens and dozens and dozens of deals individually and hundreds of deals as teams. Now, the people who are doing that, look at this small percentage of people who actually call their leads about 5 or 6 times. Like 5% of us. The vast majority don't even call their lead. This is a 35%. 35% of people call their lead the first time of sales reps. The rest of them don't even call their lead once. About 5% of sales professionals call their lead about 5 or 6 times. If you're complaining about the competition is you, my friend. The competition is up here. The competition is not all those other guys out there, because there's only about 5% of us who are calling our leads about 5 times. Look, if this kind of data is important for you to see, if this kind of training is important for you to see, walk away with this not just being knowledge in your head. Don't let your learning just lead to knowledge. Let it lead to action. The best thing that I would do by taking this study that MIT already did the work for is look at your calendar, add in some slots at 8 a.m., at 5 o'clock, at 4:30, whatever it is, to make your calls, make them non-negotiable, put it in red on your calendar, tell your significant other, this is where I can make the most amount of money. Maybe spend time at home at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock instead of trying to show houses at 4 or 5. And then for yourself, if you want a copy of these slides to make an impact on your career so you can print it out and remind yourself, go ahead and comment below, read the description, and I will send you these slides so that you can add them in for your sales career.